Voted the best local comedian in Calgary. We welcome Andrew Phung to the program, among the leads in a new comedy series called Kim's Convenience. It premieres this week. Good morning to you, and welcome back.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we're happy to have you.
Yeah.
And we're going, you know, as your star rises, we will call you Calgary's own for the rest of your career. So congratulations.
Thank you.
This is excellent for you. So tell us a bit about how this came about. You were discovered at an improv show.
Yeah, I was doing a two-man improv show in Edmonton called Kill Hard, an improvised action movie. And the writer of Kim's Convenience, Ins Choi, was in Edmonton doing a solo show, saw a poster, came and saw the show, and he stuck around after and just said, "Who are you? How come I've never seen you?
Yes.
There's a role I want you to audition for in this upcoming TV show." And we chatted, and we loosely stayed in touch for 8 months. And then around like March, I got an email saying they wanted me to audition, and I sent in a tape, and then they flew me to Vancouver and Toronto, and I did all these reads, and I got it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
You had made a conscious decision to stay here in Calgary and pursue your career here.
Yeah.
So what was it like for you to get this opportunity out of a show in Edmonton?
It blew my mind. It's like the dream, right?
Yeah.
And I made the conscious decision to stay in Calgary because I love Calgary. And I think that if you are an artist and you're emerging, I think Calgary is a great place because if you hustle hard, you can get a lot done here.
Yeah.
And people will support you, right? And so I made that choice. When this came around, it changes everything. It's a game changer.
Yeah.
And it opens up new doors and it makes you think new things. And I was so excited because a show like this is a once-in-a-lifetime thing.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm very happy and grateful for everything that's happened.
Not a lot of roles like this come around for actors, and for you, what was the good compliment for you? You brought improv to the table, obviously. Do you think that was the sealer of the deal in getting this part?
I don't know. I think I'm a little bit of a loose cannon, like just because like whenever I get a script, I'm always like, what do I do with it? I want to break out of it.
Yeah.
So I think I think I did have a part in it. Like I think in the audition a couple times I just would see what the other person would do, and I would fudge something or I would add something in just to see their reaction. And I think that little bits of those elements were brought onto the set. So there is a playfulness to the performance you see on the screen.
Okay, so we'll see a bit of improv and a bit of script.
It's mostly script, and then every now and then Andrew twitches to try to do something. Yeah.
That's good. That's great for you to be able to bring to the table, and exciting to see. So this is a good show, and you're happy with the product.
I'm so happy with it. I love this show, and I think I love this show because it's a show that Canadians can get behind. And so when we've been screening this to people, they say, they'd say, I'm not from an Asian background. They'd say that. They say, but my parents are from an immigrant background or a Canadian background, and I have that old Italian grandfather.
Sure.
Right? And so they connect to this show, and I think it's a Canadian show. And it's a funny show, and I think people will love it.
And how much is the line walked in terms of racial stereotypes? Is that part of the comedy?
For me, I don't think, when I look at this, I don't see stereotypes because putting Asians on TV isn't a stereotype.
Okay.
You know? And so when you put an Asian on TV with a thick accent, that's not a stereotype because when you immigrate to Canada, you don't lose your accent. You still have it. So I think, for me, it's an accurate reflection of this Toronto community.
Yeah.
So you're going to see people coming through the store and coming through the world that you're like, yeah, I know that person. I know that lady, I know that guy, I know that customer. So I think for me, it's a very refreshing view of the world we actually live in. And I ask you, like, growing up, did you have a convenience store in your neighborhood?
Absolutely.
Like, yeah, everyone does. So I don't know what's a stereotype about it because it's an actual thing.
Yeah.
These people exist.
Yeah.
We're just telling their stories finally.
Shout out to Harry's Corner Store, my corner store.
Harry's Corner Store?
Yeah,
That's
the one
great.
in Kensington. Okay, so for you, in offering this to the world, what is next? You're done shooting.
Done shooting.
How do you feel? We're basically on the eve of the release.
We were on the eve of the release. And then the Toronto Blue Jays started killing it. And so their wild card game is on Tuesday. So what we've done at CBC is we're going to support the boys in blue. We're going to support them and push the release back 1 week. So we're going to go 1 week from now. Yeah.
I agree with that decision.
Yeah.
And you want people to be watching.
We want people to be watching. And the thing is that, like, it's so Canadian.
Yeah.
The polite thing. No, Jays, you go first. You play your ball game. we'll delay the release, but I think it's just the right thing to do. And I think at the end of the day, I think we want to get eyes on this show because it is such a great reflection of Canada.
Yeah.
And I think people are going to watch and they're going to laugh. And it's a show I think you can watch with your kids and with your parents and your grandparents, and then you're going to laugh at it. And there's these wonderful moments to it. So I've seen a bit of it, and I'm in awe of what's been done.
Amazing. Congratulations
Thank you.
again, and continued success. And thank you for making room for our little ball game that, yes, that we all will be watching. And
Yeah.
we'll be watching you guys next week. More information at breakfasttelevision.ca.